My friends, across this world, so many people are waiting for something to shift in their lives. Some are waiting for hope, others are waiting for healing, and many are waiting for answers to questions that have troubled them for years. Life has a way of testing patience. It has a way of stretching the human spirit to the point where it feels almost unbearable. There are moments when the weight of waiting becomes so heavy that it feels like time itself has stopped, as though tomorrow will simply be a repeat of today, and today just another echo of yesterday. In these moments, silence can be deafening, and the uncertainty can whisper lies into your mind. That change will never come, that the door will never open, that the burden will never lift. But let me remind you of something that has proven true time and again. Change can come in an instant. What looks impossible can shift in a single moment. What feels endless can suddenly break open into a brand new beginning. Life is full of moments that arrive unexpectedly, moments that rewrite the story in ways we never saw coming. Sometimes they arrive softly, like the rising sun on a dark horizon. Other times they break in suddenly, like a lightning strike that lights up the night sky. Either way, everything can be different in an instant. In a moment, strength you didn't know you had can rise up inside of you. In a moment, someone can step into your life who shifts the course of your journey. In a moment, an opportunity can appear that seemed unthinkable the day before. This is the mystery of change. It rarely arrives when we demand it, but when it comes, it carries a power that no obstacle can stop. Many of you know this already from your own lives. Think back to the moments when you thought you couldn't go another step, when you were sure you had reached the end of your endurance, and then something shifted. Perhaps it was a phone call with unexpected news, a chance encounter with someone who believed in you, or even a sudden realization that gave you the courage to keep going. That moment of change, however small it seemed at the time, carried you forward. It reminded you that you are not abandoned, that life is not finished with you, that your story still has chapters left to be written. Waiting, though, is never easy. It tests the human heart like few things can. It feels like an invisible weight pressing down day after day. And yet, waiting is not wasted time. Waiting is preparation. Waiting is the hidden process that shapes us into who we need to become for the life ahead. Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. On the surface, it looks like nothing is happening. The ground is still, silent, unchanged. But beneath that soil, life is forming. Roots are stretching, energy is gathering, transformation is happening out of sight. When the right moment arrives, the seed breaks through the ground, not slowly and cautiously, but with sudden force. What was hidden becomes visible, and what was dormant springs to life. That is how change so often works in our lives. You may feel like you are in that hidden season now. You may feel that the silence means nothing is happening, that your waiting is pointless. But beneath the surface of your life, something is stirring. Growth is happening even if you cannot see it yet. The struggle you face today is shaping the strength you will need tomorrow. The endurance you are building in the waiting will carry you when the breakthrough comes. The patience you cultivate now is the soil from which sudden change will spring. The beauty of life's surprises is that they rarely look the way we expect. We often dream small, asking just for enough to get us through. But when life shifts, when the moment arrives, it often brings more than we imagined. The door that opens may not be the door you had been staring at, but it may lead to a place far greater. The healing that comes may not look exactly the way you pictured it, but it may restore you in ways you hadn't realized you needed. The opportunity that appears may not match your plans, but it may carry you further than your plans ever could. That is the nature of life's turning points. They are bigger, wider, and richer than the narrow prayers we often whisper. But when change arrives, it demands a response. It is not enough simply to see the door open. You must be willing to step through it. It is not enough to feel the burden lift. You must choose to walk in the freedom it offers. When the opportunity comes, hesitation can cause it to slip by. Life's sudden moments are invitations to trust, to act, to move. They are not just gifts handed to you. They are also challenges to rise into a new version of yourself. And this is where courage enters. Because the truth is, even when change is good, it can still feel frightening. The unknown always carries an edge of fear. We become so used to waiting, so accustomed to carrying our burdens, that the idea of life without them feels strange. We learn to live in survival mode, and when the breakthrough comes, stepping into freedom feels unfamiliar. But courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward even while fear is present. Courage says, "I will not let uncertainty keep me from stepping into what is before me." So I say to you, even if it feels quiet right now, even if it feels like nothing is happening, you are closer to change than you think. The season of waiting is not endless. There comes a moment when what has been building unseen breaks into the open. And when that moment comes, it will feel sudden, but you will realize you were being prepared for it all along. Don't let discouragement steal your hope. Don't give up in the silence. Don't walk away when you are on the edge of breakthrough. There are countless stories in the lives of people everywhere of sudden change that came just as hope seemed gone. A person unemployed for years suddenly found themselves in the right conversation that led to the job of their dreams. Someone burdened by illness discovered a new treatment or a new strength within themselves that turned their health around. Families broken apart found reconciliation through a single conversation that melted years of distance. In each case, the waiting was long, but the change was sudden, and that same possibility stands before you. You may feel unseen, unheard, overlooked. You may feel as though your struggle is endless and that the silence is proof that nothing will ever shift. But silence is not absence. Stillness is not abandonment. Beneath the surface of your life, something is moving. You cannot see it yet, but when the time comes, it will be clear. What matters most right now is not to surrender to despair. What matters most is to hold onto the belief that change is possible, that your story is not finished, that your life still carries promise. You do not need to know exactly how or when the shift will come. You only need to stay ready, to keep your heart open, to refuse to close yourself off to possibility. Because when the door swings open, it often happens faster than you can prepare. And when that moment comes, let it find you ready to embrace it. Let it find you willing to trust the process, willing to step into something new. Do not shrink back into the comfort of waiting when freedom is finally offered. Do not let fear of failure keep you from stepping through the door that opens. Remember, life is not about avoiding risk. It is about embracing the opportunities that appear, even when they frighten us. So hold on, my friend. Do not give up now. Do not silence your hope just because the waiting feels long. You are closer to change than you realize. At any moment, what feels stuck can be set free. What feels broken can be restored, and what feels impossible can become reality. Suddenly, everything can change, and when it does, your life will never be the same again.